Glad to have you with us from Huntington Bank Stadium. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Missouri Tigers and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
The Golden Gophers have one of the most unique on-campus stadiums in college sports. Formerly playing in the Vikings home field, now back on campus, Huntington Bank Stadium has brought that college spirit back to Minnesota. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Inside, it's Taylor. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Lindsey. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room.
Job number 1 for a defense is to create negative plays, to create turnovers. How about this? Opening drive of the football game, getting the big turnover, setting your offense up in great position, and building some mojo. This defense, that is a picture-perfect start.
Great place to start for this offense. They run the reverse. And the defense played that one beautifully, and they'll knock him down for a loss.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections. But the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead. And a lot of times for a loss and put the offense in a bind.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. They'll try the right side with Hardy. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Running inside, it's Taylor. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Wants to throw. It's Lindsey. Swings it out to the flat. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. The give is to Taylor. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to the run. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a 1st down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
And the Golden Gophers are flying down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the middle. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Throws to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fellow continuing to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to it.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. From the gun, give to Hardy. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Now on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
It'll be 3rd and long. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you get a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Oh, it's off the side of his foot. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. One final play before the end of the quarter. The hand to the running back. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Give to the running back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Golden Gophers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. To throw, it's Lindsey. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Taylor. Could not make his way to the corner.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass on second down. Flips it out to the back. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
So now on comes the field goal unit. It is good! And with the field goal, we are tied here in the second quarter.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Here's Simmons to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Minnesota's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Scanning the field is Lindsey. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in with one hand. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And that's such an underrated skill when you watch quarterbacks, man. To be able to see him, he sees the receiver breaking from the right side of the field, but you got to be able to read the coverage in front, and that's really good timing, getting the ball out of your hands, knowing when he's going to come open.
Might have a chance. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Got some room, headed to the goal line. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And when your offensive line can plow holes like that and you can get over 10 yards a carry, like, we don't need to complicate this. Like, this is a very simple form. Be more physical. Hand the football off. That's a great job in back-to-back plays for this offense.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Minnesota! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And they knocked through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Bringing it out. Smashes in with the stiff arm. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it 2nd. Lots of conversations going on both sidelines to put together a strategy. They go to the end around to start the drive. That'll get them thinking. There's a crease. Crosses midfield. At the 30. inside the 10. Touchdown, Missouri! He got a step and just dusted the field.
Well, this receiver has tons of speed, and I love this offensive coordinator getting him involved in the run game. You don't just have to throw him goes and post routes. Just let him use that speed and elusiveness out on the perimeter in the open field. The reverse ends up being an explosive touchdown for the offense.
And the point after is good. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. He'll bring it out. It's Turner. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. To the air. It's Lindsey. Got it. Oh, he's got some space. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody...
Just keeps moving. Across the 25, he's got room. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And, man, this offense, man, is so nice to have a guy that you can hand the football to, and he can take off and make big plays down the field. He can break tackles. He can outrun you. He shows you a little bit of everything. This defense, they better dial in on him because he's going to get the football, and he can make big plays.
Huge play. Puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. Under fire. Finds us back in the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. Let's start with Texas in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Longhorns, able to pull off the upset by just a score. It's going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. That gets their record to 3-0 on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Simmons. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that was good defense again. And unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. They'll run the option. He'll Still pitching. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
Coming into this game, man, the focal point was on the running back, right? We've got to stop the running back. Talking to these coaches, they've got to be physical. 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guys have to get there. Man, they've done an unbelievable job being physical, getting him on the ground, and really shutting a great player down so far this game.
Oh, right through his fingers, he muffed it. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return.
These specialists and these return specialists, they got speed for days. But you better hang on to the football. I know you want to make big plays, those splash plays that can change games, but you better secure the football first.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Fires to the tight end. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
I know he's got the height and weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Taylor. Maybe some room here. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
And the Golden Gophers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Taylor has it. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
The run inside. It's Taylor. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Six-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. Plows through the defense. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. With that, they grab the lead here in the second half.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Throwing Simmons. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Gives it on the option. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. One more time, it's Hardy. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We reach the break. It's Minnesota holding the lead. We take a moment to look at the stats and what has been a tight ball game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's Simmons to throw. A little screen to the running back. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Touchdown, Tigers! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. The Tigers are back on top. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point is no good. No good, and they're still down 1. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Golden Gophers will start this drive. The offense looks ready to roll. That last touchdown drive tightened this one up, and we'll see what these guys can do coming down the stretch. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Working that left side now.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
The Golden Gophers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give is to Taylor. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run.
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And I love this because you got 2nd and really, really long, and what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get 3rd and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on 3rd down.
Using the quick game. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And that's a really good job by the defense. Sometimes when you play man coverage on the back, man, sometimes your eyes get lost and you start... at the quarterback. He didn't lose vision on his man. He saw him break. He broke with him, broke on the football, and did a great job getting there and being physical and getting that guy on the ground.
And the Golden Gophers looking to convert on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
4th down and short, you want a no-nonsense run. Nice job by the running back, getting the football, getting downhill, making sure he gets that first down.
Both of these teams off to slow starts this season, desperately needing a victory, and they've got the closing minutes to try to pull it out. There's some room. Got enough for the first. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick. But the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Quarterback making adjustments. Taylor has it. Turning it on. Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
And this is a situation this offense trains for, having the lead late in the game, running the ball to ice it. They're just bleeding seconds off the clock. It's been a beautiful drive so far. And the defense, even though they know they're going to run it, they just can't stop him.
Going to the run, it's Taylor. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Taylor. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Gophers back on top.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They'll try to tack on an extra point here deep in the game. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. Now it looks as if we have an injured Golden Gopher on the play. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Simmons makes the grab. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And that 2-minute drill, man, you're searching for those first downs. You got to find them. Sometimes it's a run. Sometimes it's a screen. Whatever it is, they choose to run the football here. Still time, but we're still in that hurry-up situation.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And talk about stepping up at a huge moment of the game. This guy's been relatively quiet throughout the game, but here in a 2-minute situation, he makes arguably the biggest play of the game so far for his offense. Nice job.
Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Here's the heat. Hit as he throws. Picked off. Looking for more room. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Running inside, it's Turner. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Leaves it with the back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. The Golden Gophers will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Austin Simmons, the play fake. Bringing the heat. Bought a little time, lets it go. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of lateral.
That's it. They get to him and pull him down, and they save the game.